Welcome back. Welcome back. Alright, hi guys. If you're wondering, I've been the past few months and why I've not been post videos. Yeah, it's been there's certain issues that's just personal and it's just like still in a downtime in my life. So that's the thing. But as always, let's get into the city, shall we? Today we do part two of the final season grades. I'm gonna talk about the Hornets. I'm gonna talk about certain things. My next video, I'll be covering my own honest opinion about the WNBA and so on. But today, we should talk about the normal things because in free agency, I will be covering Lonzo Ball and what he's supposed to do. Although my channel is not a ballverse channel, there's still some things to really change on that level. So in this case, let's focus on the main topic of the day, which is the final season grades. Now, I've given a final season, pre trade deadline season grade for both of these teams, but I'm gonna add a few more teams. Like for the Raptors, final season grade, full season grade would be a C plus. Uh, the Lakers, it's a B because if they were fully healthy, they could do something magical. Now, to the let's start with the Hornets. Although the Hornets have a big thing dealing with, we're gonna start with the star players first. Then we'll move on to the supporting cast. So the first star, we're gonna start with Lamelo. Obviously, my grade of him doesn't change. It's still as last time. If you watch the previous one, the grade doesn't change. The grade still stays at a A minus because he's still improving. But this defensive grade takes a hit slightly. So you can say B minus. I'm gonna give him a C plus defense. So his grade doesn't take a hit at all. Now, there's still much more to really go on. Next is Miles Bridges. Miles Bridges is ascending, so overall grade. And this time, I'm not giving offense and defensive grade. I'm just because the reason why I give Lamelo offense defensive grade is because of there's just a slight change, but everybody else is getting an overall grade because we want to speed through this. So Miles Bridges overall grade. Well, if you look at Miles Bridges how he played, I'll give him an overall grade of the same as Lamelo. So moving on. Next, Terry Rozier, same grade as Lamelo. Um, Now we move on to Devontae Graham, B minus. It's not because he's been trash or he sucks. Devontae did pretty good for a six man, and that's where he thrives. And I feel like even when he averaged the season where he averaged 18 points per game, 18, 8, and 8, he did so good being coming off the bench, and I think he should continue being a six man because I if next season if he can keep being a six man, I see him being a sixth man of the year. Just saying. Now, next, although next because next person is them twins. Them twins, trash. Them twins, C minus. Yeah, they were so bad. Don't even. Malik Monk, B minus. Not because he's bad or plays solidly terrible, but for the team's sake, I'm giving him a B minus because he was also a good bench scorer. He was inconsistent at times, so there still need to move on and do all that. So the next group, oh Lord, let's see, Brad Waterberger, B plus. His defense is a A. His offense, because if you guys don't understand, LaMelo was the team's best defender, and I don't care what anyone want to say. LaMelo was the team's best defender before there was a Brad Wanamaker. When Brad Wanamaker came in, the team's defense did improve. So I think you can keep Wanamaker, but it's best to just let him go because you're gonna get a player like Jello who would actually fill the spot in shooting and some defense. So that's another thing. Now that's the Hornets players. Now let's look at the coach. Lord have mercy. Borrego, a D. Not even an F, D. It's not that he sucked. He had a positive, but this man cost his team 7 straight games plus the playing tournament. So yes, JB gets a D. Now moving on to the Pelicans, or should I say, New Orleans Pelicans. The New Orleans Pelicans. Yeah, those guys. So I'm gonna start with the big three. So starting with Zion Williamson, A minus. Brandon Ingram, B plus. You ball hugging bastard. Uh, Lonzo Ball. God, how should I say this? Lonzo is gonna get an offensive and defensive grade like his brother. So Lonzo Ball overall grade first is a B. He's not that he's bad. Hear me out. Offensively, it's a C plus. Defensively, it's A minus. Now you say, well, that's not good. That's not bad either. But the thing is that he didn't do that much on the offense, but he was pretty solid and did pretty good. Now, moving on to Jackson Hayes. Jackson Hayes, solid player, overall grade. We don't need to really slow anything down. Jackson Hayes, overall grade. It's pretty solid. Uh, Jackson Hayes gets a B plus on my end because he's ascending and he's improving and doing great. His offense is getting better. He's even trying to shoot threes bit by bit. So moving on. Uh, was Steven Adams. Lord have mercy. C. You doodle. Useless. You're Franz Kaminsky. 7 foot is Frank Kaminsky in the damn Pelicans. Useless. Like seriously. C. I don't know what to say. Very like just a C. Moving on. The next person to move on to is Eric Prison Body Bledsoe. C minus. Uduki, but offensively, an I, but he was just useless on defense. Lonzo had to carry for everybody. This man was so bad. Like, bro, I don't even know what to say. Just move on to the next person. Okay, when you're in Gabriel, no need to even give you that much of a grade. But if I were to give him a grade, I'm gonna give him a solid B. Moving on. Um, who else? Yeah, James Johnson. Yeah, James Johnson might as well have the lowest grade out of them. But same grade as Bledsoe. Moving on. As IT don't really. I'm not gonna give IT a grade because IT didn't really play that much. So it is not getting a grade. Moving on. Now, Stan Van Dummy, who was the coach. I know they have a new coach now, but Stan Van Dummy gets an F. He doesn't. There's no positives or negative. That's why I'm not even giving him offense, defense grade. He's just getting an overall grade F. You feel me? F. Charge. Now to the general managers. From the Hornets, the GM, Mitch Kupchak, C minus. And here's why. You made a panic trade because your Boy Scout got a broken wrist. And you could have used that panic trade and made a trade for a big man while you let Devontae Graham start in Melo's place. Where yeah, you get another player who's not even that good for to because look at it, you trade for a replacement for LaMelo. What is he gonna do? You're just gonna let him walk. So what's the point of giving him trading for it? Why not let him stay in Golden State, get better, and do whatever he wants? Makes more sense. Although Brad Wanamaker is a solid addition, but at this point they need a big man, so Brad Wanamaker gotta go. So yeah, it's sad. I really like him. He was a great defender. His defense was top notch. Like LaMelo was playing a spotty defense, and his defense was dookie, boy. Yo, that was defense. I'm not even gonna say he was trash on defense, but he's just, his defense was just on ball defense wise. Yeah, he's not there yet. Now for the I mean now David Griffin gets the same grade as Stan Van Dummy. F. He did nothing right. Let's see. You're paying three coaches. Then you try hiring a coach that does not even help the team. And to make matters worse, you were trying to play hardball by not signing Lonzo into trading Lonzo to teams. Like 11 teams wanted Lonzo on trade deadline. Now it's only four. 11 teams. Clippers, Bulls, Nuggets, you name it. 11 out of 30. That's just tell you how much the league is starting to appreciate Lonzo. But you see, Lonzo's free agency is very much complicated. There's a lot to really work with this offseason, but I'm not going to touch on Lonzo today because the offseason video is coming. Now we got to look into the bright side and ask this question of, is Lonzo really worth it? But since this is not about Lonzo, the first thing I'm going to say is congrats for Gelo for actually getting a shot. Because a lot of people always think all ball fans are ungrateful and they're not happy. Come on, Detroit didn't even give Jello a shot. Finally, Jello is gonna play alongside his brother in the summer league. Yes, I have a 100% feeling LaMelo is gonna play this summer league, and there's no way he's not playing in the summer league because his wrist is the way I'm seeing his wrist is fully healed. He's ready to get back on the court. He should be 100% playing in the summer league and getting better. Once he gets better, you see the changes. So what matters the most this time is for not just LaMelo and Jello getting chemistry. They already have that. It's Jello getting chemistry with the entire team, aside from LaMelo. Because when they lose, I don't want to hear both LaMelo and Jello being the scapegoats for any loss. This season is very, very crucial to the Ball brothers' success. You feel me? If they don't win, it's wraps for the entire career. Now, as a person who just supports people for who they are, people for what they do, I just look at it like the Ball brothers have a lot to really prove to the NBA. And Lonzo needs to prove that he can win without his brothers or he can set his own legacy. That's the thing a lot of people don't get. Lonzo to the Hornets, I don't see it that much, but Jello to the Hornets is more likely. The summer league, I'm not as worried about for Jello, but my advice to Jello is just do what you've been doing from day one, which is shoot the damn ball. You know how to shoot. You know how to post up. You know how to play defense. So just do your job. That's it. You don't need the biggest thing. You're the strongest of all three Ball brothers. You can take contact, attack the basket. That's all I ask. The only thing I worry about Jello is durability. Everything else, is gonna take care of itself. So, but since there's still enough time left, the only short thing I'm gonna say about Lonzo's off season is that Lonzo's gonna get the bag, whether y'all haters hate it or not. He gonna get the bag, and I'm not gonna make a prediction, but the team I would love Lonzo to go to is the Clippers because it matches what he is as a person. And the Clippers is not a small market team. So it fits his personality and play style. And they run that counter attack offense, so it really, really works for someone like Alonzo who's used to a counter attack offense that LeVar used to run. So in this case, I say props to Gelo and everybody in the Ball family. Finally, LeVar did it. His dream has come true. All three of his boys are gonna be in the league somewhat. But if Gelo can make an NBA team or make the Charlotte Hornets 15-man roster, it's GG's because look at it. Malik Monk or Devontae Graham is gonna go. The only reason Charlotte would need a backup guard is only if Devontae Graham is gone. So now you have your backup guard to replace Devontae Graham. Because yes, Gelo can pass the ball. He can facilitate. Don't let all three ball brothers can pass. That's the thing you guys need to understand. All three of them can pass the ball. Lonzo, Melo, Gelo, all passers. Only difference is Gelo's the sharpshooter of all of them. So my only hope for this summer league is Gelo shoot the damn ball. That's it. And for the love of God, I just want Borrego to not do psychoanalysis next year. Just let your players play free. Because you let everybody else play free, but not your rookies. No. Vernon Carey, my boy Nick Richards, is still out here hogging the bench for no reason. And Nick Richards is the perfect center for LaMelo. He's a lob threat. He can run the floor. And he's defensive minded of all the centers they drafted. Because if you say Vernon Carey's defense is not there. I would rather play Nick Richards because Nick Richards got the defensive bag. You got the defense to shut down players. All they just need is the mentor. So this offseason, I need Charlotte to trade or sign a big. My recommendation is Montrezl Harrell, JaVale McGee. Then, like, those are my two recommendations because my third one, I can't think of right now of which center is available. Oh, Miles Turner. The JaVale McGee, Miles Turner, and Montrez. That fixes your problem. Although Montrez is too undersized, so I rather say JaVale McGee because JaVale McGee can save Charlotte's legacy because although it's hold, he can still run the floor. Miles Turner, on the other hand, can shoot the three, play defense. Don't let the people fool you. Miles Turner can shoot the three. He can space the floor. He can dunk or run. He can run the floor, shoot the three, play defense. He's that good. So all I expect, who I picked out of all three is Miles Turner. Just get Miles Turner this offseason. Draft maybe Book Knight or something, or even Corey Kispert, somebody that's a 3-and-D player. That's it, because that's all LaMelo needs to really hoop. He already have a 3-and-D player in his family, and he has another playmaker. The only problem I have is will Borrego start all three ball brothers? That's the real question. Thank you.